I'm here with a brand new collection to finally unbox. It's been a while because you might have got it before me. I didn't have every piece and I kept thinking I didn't want to make the video until I had all of it. But it's all here on my desk right now, so I'm going to walk you through every single piece of Main Character Energy, which is my brand new collection with American Crafts, and I hope that you enjoy making stuff with it. That's enough of that. Let's get to the desk. So we've got lots of sticker elements because they're my favorite thing. We've got a big pack of die cuts, we've got a stamp set, and we got lots of paper. So let's tick all the boxes and then get right into this. Hi, I'm Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime I scrapbook or show you product on the internet, it's considered advertising, and I need to make sure you're aware of that. If you want to find out where you can get stuff like this, you can check the links in the description box below, and if you enjoy my videos, you want to give it a thumbs up or subscribe, I love you for it. So thanks very much. Let's have a look. So this collection is designed with a color palette that I love that is not in any way limited. I love to have a zillion colors in my collections if I can. It has a whole bunch of things that I absolutely adore, and I got to just put them all into one collection and run with it. I'm going to show you the papers first, but this was just a little preview here of all the other things stuck on top. Right. There are 24 12x12 pattern papers. They are all double-sided, plus there's one specialty paper, which is a vellum sheet, so that's obviously not double-sided. Right, I'm going to take you through all of them, tell you their names, and show you both sides. So this one is Ensemble Cast, which is a square cut apart, 3x3 squares, so you have 16 different pieces to cut out, front and back. You have a branding strip that is wood grain with little color bubbles of all the colors in the collection. These are scaled down patterns and sometimes recolored patterns from elsewhere in the collection. So if you like this pattern but you want it to be smaller, you've got a little piece to work with, which is great for using things like dies and punches where you want to use that pattern, but if you make it a whole punch, it might just be half a camera and you might not be able to tell what it is. So if you use the smaller scaled version, you'll get more of the pattern and it will be more readable visually. So this side has all the sentiments, and I really hope that you will find them useful. The whole idea of Main Character Energy was that I thought this expression was very near and dear to scrapbookers, that whatever story we are telling, we get to decide who is the main character, be it you or the other people that you love in scrapbook, and you can use all the positive energy you want to tell that story and make them the main character in that scrapbook. So lots of little different sentiments, like you're the star of this story, there's room for everyone in this world, but also things like a little bit dramatic to kind of play to that point of being the center of the story. Cool? It's your book, so you can make anybody the star. You're in charge. Next one is called Prettyest Pick, and it's one of several florals in this collection. The other side is a turquoise polka dot with a yellow flower branding strip at the top, yellow flowers with red centers on a white background. All of the large florals in Main Character Energy are non-overlapping, so they are very easy for you to cut out and make into separate pieces. So obviously there's overlapping within this design here, but what I mean is that this one then is separate from here. So you have a clear cutting line all the way around. I mean, if you want to cut out these teeny tiny little zigzags around here, then you have the patience of a saint and I do not. But in general, you can go all the way around everything and you don't have to choose which flower am I going to cut off and make half a flower, because they're all complete and have halo space around them. So that's Prettyest Pick. Next up is Starring Role, which is a dark navy blue with a multicolor POW on top. And the B side is a pale pink with hand-drawn hearts in various sizes. So a tonal pink. Let's bring that up a little closer because it's such a small pattern. There we go. And a B side that's designed to be cut apart into little pieces to help you tell your story, so that you can highlight who's the star, who's the director, who's the writer, and in different ways as you tell the different stories in your album. So that is Starring Role. Next one is Sunshine Guaranteed, which is a rainbow print with both a more traditional rainbow spectrum and lots of other random rainbow spectrums drawn in various forms of real to not real. And we have clouds, we have moons, we have suns, we have stars, all sorts of different things there. The B side is a dot pattern that's kind of inspired by that star. So it's a larger dot with teeny dots around the edge, and it is a pink tonal. The middles, the dots, are that same pale pink from over here, but then with a background of a more fuchsia type of pink. Branding strip is these same rainbows, but it is all made into a smaller scale so that you can see, obviously, that's bigger, that's littler. So that's Sunshine Guaranteed. This one's called Look Up, and it's one of the papers that I consider to be a workhorse paper. And you might look at it and overlook it because it's going to be quite simple, but it's going to be really useful. And don't forget that for every page we have that's a really bold pattern, we sometimes need something else that's going to support it. So we have a green tonal leaf print with this kind of a pop of an aqua rather than just flat green. And then the B side is this mini grid, which is that blue aqua tone on white, and then a branding strip that just simplifies this leaf pattern into a repeating leaf. So a small grid is, well, all grids, but small grids are just super useful for having visual space that you think maybe I want this to be almost a plain piece of paper, but you actually don't want it to be entirely plain. I'm not a huge fan of there being no pattern at all. I would always rather there be a little bit of texture there. So this gives me that ability to add in the texture, but it's also something I can write on easily. It's something I can stamp on easily. I can add stickers and die cuts till the cows come home. And so I will be using this cut apart. I'll be using it as a full sheet. It's just something that I can come back to over and over again. And no matter what I put with it, it's going to then mix with that. And this is going to be a different design than this combination, and so on. And so that's why I call papers like that workhorse papers. And I try to include a few in the mix to make sure you have everything you need. Next up, a different cut apart, and this one's called Behind the Scenes. This is a cut apart that has so many different pieces. It's basically like a die cut pack on a piece of paper. So you might even want to get this and cut it apart straight away, but if you do that, you might want to order 2 sheets because the B side is a purple with white stars, and we love a purple paper because it's so hard to find. I get it, not everybody loves purple, but if you do love purple, it is a hard color to find. I love working with it, and so there's a whole sheet of purple there for you. The B side is pink wood grain with white clouds on top. These clouds appear elsewhere in the collection, and in fact on this side they appear on a more traditional navy background, but here on pink wood grain because why not? So you've got lots of different pieces that can be cut apart here. You've got a floral border, a heart border, a happy border, a ruler that is to scale. I mean, maybe don't do your maths homework with it, but it might be that accurate, I'm not sure, but it's a 12-inch pattern paper and the ruler goes to 12 inches. It's a pink wood grain thing, and then you've also got a strip of the wood grain with the rainbow of colors from this collection. You've got postage stamps that you can cut out, and they do not have currency, so they don't say 2 cents or 2 pence or 2 anything else. They just say 2, 23, 1, 4, 23, 2, 23, 2. Cool. You've got handwritten sentiments mixed with typed sentiments. So you've got today, the sweet life, brilliant, right now, make today magical, noted, happy, love this life, good stuff, and do your thing, in case any of that's not clear. That one is behind the scenes. Then we've got a butterfly paper called Fly High, which is a group of very colorful and non-realistic butterflies on a pink random dot background field. So you can see that texture in the background. Again, the butterflies don't overlap. So if you want to have this as a whole sheet of butterflies that you're going to cut out and use individually, more power to you. It's going to be fine. The only ones that won't be complete are the ones that are going off the edge. There won't be any that overlap on the pattern. You've got room to cut around. And the B side here is this plaid. Navy, turquoise, pink, and white. And up here, branding strip. It's this butterfly that has the purple hearts in the wings, just over and over again in a straight line on a white background. That one is fly high. And then blue skies, I always put a cloud paper in if I can get away with it. And so this time it's a cloud paper that might be wintry and snowy for you if you like, or you can take it in different directions. Just depends on how you interpret it. But that same tiny dot that was in the background of the butterflies is here in the background, and then larger dots on top and the layers of clouds. Sorry, when I take it straight up to the camera, the color isn't so accurate, but you can see the pattern. So this is more accurate for color. And the B side here is a sort of retro star pattern, but in rainbow colors. So a geometric star, and branding strip is a little bluebird on a navy background. That is blue skies. And we've got Zoom In, which is a rainbow of cameras with handwritten sentiments. So we've got through the red, pink, yellow, green, blue, and lavender over here. And they say things like, oh snap, happy, believe, fearless, true story, all sorts of different sentiments there. And some of them have little hearts or stars. And if you want to see the details on those cameras, there's little hearts, little exos, little squigglies, little curls, doodly camera. Yeah. The B-side to Zoom In is another purple. It's a tonal purple B-side so that you can use it over and over again and use it as a matte or use it as a full background. With the darker purple, so that darker purple here is the same purple from this cut apart. But this time, instead of being paired with white, it's paired with the lighter purple tone. So a lavender, basically. And a different camera up here than to here. A little doodled camera with a heart in the middle and no fill this time. So these are all colored in cameras. This is just a line drawing, but in a rainbow of colors to match this. Cool. That is Zoom In. This one is Read Through, and this is very similar. This ledger paper is very similar to a design that was in the Never Grow Up collection. So it's a ledger with a rainbow of colors for the lines, but these colors match this collection where the lines in Never Grow Up match that collection, and it has a paint splatter texture in the corners. So you could use that for lots of journaling, but you could also use it as a background for your whole page. And the B side is a small repeating floral, what I call a fried egg flower. So it's just the rounded curved outside and a center with a circle. Yeah, on a light blue background. And the branding strip is turquoise with the handwritten sentiment, believe in kindness, and then that little fried egg flower in just white. That one is called Read Through. This one's called Line Leader. It's wood grain with a rainbow from the collection. I did a similar paper in the Glitter Girl collection, and it was one of my favorites. So I really wanted to repeat that kind of concept with colors that would match here. So we've got the turquoise, fuchsia, pink, orange, yellow, green, navy, and 2 shades of purple. The B side is this sage type green. I'm not sure how accurate that's going to be on screen, but I love this kind of green. It's really lovely with all sorts of different skin tones, and it's a dotted grid. So instead of being a polka dot where they zigzag back and forth, this one is all in a grid, so you could use this easily to write on if you wanted something different as a journaling paper. And then the branding strip has the same colors that are added to the wood grain, but here the wood grain is turned to a white instead of the brown of this one. That one's called Line Leader. Next one is Highlighted Script, and that's another cut apart. This is the 3x4 cut apart, but it has 2 pieces that end up with more parts to the 3x4. So you get 5 of these little horizontal pennants and a whole bunch of different little single word sentiments and hashtags here that you can cut apart and use individually. Lots of pieces to write on here, and some that need to go vertical, some that can go either way, one that has to go landscape, one horizontal. But things like this could go either direction because it's a grid. And I think both of these could go this way by just running the text up here, because the lines, this one's grid, this one's blank. You've got another gridded one here, so that can go both directions as well. The B side is a navy background with a turquoise geometric pattern on it that's kind of like, sort of like a plus sign with a dot in the middle, a flower dot in the middle. Yeah. And then this white background with the rainbow words saying dreamer across the top. So if dreamer might be a little hard to read there, so there's a close-up. There you go. That's highlighted script. Next is a floral called Big Debut, and it is again a floral that each little bouquet is separate. So they go close, but they don't touch. So you can cut all around there if that's your jam. It's not always my jam. It's occasionally my jam, but you can detail cut as much as you want. And then this B side, that's a blue tonal stripe of various widths that matches the blue tonal in the floral here. So you've got the same colors back and forth. If you kind of wanted to have some flowers on a page, but you didn't want it to feel overly floral, you'd be able to use just a few of these, and this is going to balance it out. Then the branding strip up here is peach background with white daisies that have orange centers. That's Big Debut. Next we have Face the Sun, which has a design that could be a sunflower, could be a sunshine, depending on how you see it. So it's a textured background. It's a little bit inspired by Van Gogh's Sunflowers. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see the brush texture in the background. I mean, just a little, but like just a different kind of texture than some of the other patterns to just give a bit of variety. So we've got the rays or the petals around the outside, and then this is either a kind of polka dotted sunshine or the center of the flower with the seeds. So let's see if you can see that texture up close again. So there's the dots in the center and the brush strokes around the edge. The B side is an orange and peach dot and line pattern. And I love this color combination a lot. And then a yellow-orange branding strip with white sunshines or sunflowers across the top. That is called Face the Sun. By the way, if you need to stock up on Halloween things, I don't have a Halloween collection, but I made sure there was an orange paper in here, and I look forward to seeing Face the Sun B-side on Halloween layouts because I love an orange paper. Right, Center Stage is up next, and yet again, a floral that you can detail cut if you want. So this is the fried egg flowers made bigger, made more intricate, and adding some more textures. So that tiny dot in the background, she's there again. You can see in between the floral here. And then we've got some little kind of pen strokes, brush stroke type textures added in so that you get this navy circle with the little blue ticks on top. We've got some with petals, some without, and you can cut that apart as you wish. And then, I'm just stocking you up on purples. So this is another shade lighter again. So this time, the lighter shade here is even lighter than what we've seen before. It's a crosshatch, but we've not gone back to the dark purple that we had before. We've gone to that other one and then a lighter shade yet again. So the crosshatch looks like that. It is pale enough that you can write on it if you want to journal on it. They are straight lines, so if that is going to help you, you're all good. And a B side that brings out this Kelly green that appears here and there, but then with these flowers, but tiny and separate. So there's no bouquets, they're just individual florals. So that one is called Center Stage. After Hours is a stripe with all different colors and a little play on overlapping. And this B side, which reminds me a lot of mid-century dinnerware patterns. like the things that would be on plates and stuff. So you've got a circle and then lots of little triangles around the outside, but in a pink tonal with a little bit of orange thrown in. So you've got white, orange, and 3 shades of pink. And then the branding strip is the brightest pink, the fuchsia that we've had before, with an orange lightning bolt. Lightning bolts appear throughout my collections here and there, most significantly in the Glitter Girl collection, but they're here as well. That was After Hours. This is Prop Table, which is a very different look, like a woodcut, lino cut type print, and a more Scandinavian feel to the illustrations. So we have leaves, raindrops, florals, rainbows, and some elements that might, this may look like a present to you if it's cut out, or you can use this most certainly to scrapbook It's a Small World, because there's a similar illustration style to Mary Blair in this case, and you've got that same color palette in tulips up at the top here. And then this workhorse is an orange grid on white, but instead of being a square grid like this, it's turned on the diagonal. But of course, if you want to write on it and you don't want it to be angled writing, you can just come in here and cut a rectangle of whatever size you need and have your lines go straight across to write on it. Cool? Excellent. That is Prop Table. Bright Future has some similar shapes to Prop Table, but in a very different illustration style. So we have all the color back, not the limited tonal color palette of Prop Table, and a design that looks like things are falling, and you can look at it in different directions. So you could have the more open space at the top and everything's falling down to the bottom, or everything has just started to fall, and so most of it's still at the top and you haven't got so many pieces that have come down here yet. The pattern goes every which way, so it can be read that way or the other way. You could also do a double page spread and have the outsides feed into the inside, or vice versa. Right, but the B side to this is a pink crosshatch. So that's the fuchsia plus a paler pink. Again, the crosshatch is straight line, so you can write on it. I'd suggest writing on it with a white pen in this case. And a white branding strip that says Joyful with a few different colors from the collection. That is Bright Future. Then we have Right on Target, which is a ledger turned into a sunburst. So you've got lines that you can write on. They go around and around. So you could use this as your background and have the starburst design, or you can cut individual pieces and have one or a few as your journaling pieces or just background pieces. All different sorts of ways that you can use a paper like this, whether you keep it whole or cut it apart, but you've got the added benefit of having lines that will help you write on that space if you would like to. The B side makes me think of Monsters, Inc. It's a big dot pattern with purples, navies, aquas, greens, blues, all there. The branding strip is the fuchsia background with a navy flower with a yellow center, orangey yellow center. That's Right on Target. This one, again, feels very Mary Blair or Orla Keeley. It's Sing Out, which has this Scandinavian style flower. And then the other side has what we call a ditzy floral, a teeny little delicate flower. On a white background, there's a little bit of texture around the edge. So if you look up this corner, you'll see that there's this little bit of yellow texture there, if your screen's big enough to see that. Branding strip, tonal purple wiggly line with the two darkest shades of purple, so the medium and the dark, or most saturated. Okay, this one, I know a lot of people have said, oh, I'm not so sure about using this pattern paper. My biggest tip for you is cut it down. Use a 4x12 strip here or a 4x12 strip here and pair it with something that's calmer, and it's instantly going to be easier for you to use. So do a 1/3, 2/3 design where you're putting 2/3 of the paper to be something that is not this busy and 1/3 in this pattern, and then go from there. That's Sing Out. This is No Troubles, which is a sort of take on paint circles, but obviously not realistic paint circles because they're filled with pattern. So we have that little plus sign version that's come in here. There's the little crosshatch, there's a grid, there's the dot from the orange and peach, there's the hearts, but here in a different color, all to fill the different circles, and it's all on a tiny grid. Yay. And then this one, a blue tonal pattern that's a lot like the traditional composition book cover texture. And you've got a navy strip at the top with stars in green, pink, light blue, yellow, and white. Tune In has a big, bold color band stripe. And you've got the fuchsia, yellow, Kelly green, sky blue, and lavender. And again, little dot texture running all the way through. B-side is this navy sky. So it's a mix of dots and stars. That makes it look like it's on black. It's not. It's on navy. And it's a navy that's leaning more toward purple than toward royal blue. Use your imagination in white, repeating on a sky blue background as your branding strip. Next one is called Love This. It's peach. I'm very excited about that. Peach background, white, hand-drawn hearts, and Love This text. And then the B side is a white background with lots of different ice lollies or popsicles, depending on where you're from. You can drop in the comments with what they call that product if it's not an ice lolly or a popsicle in your part of the world. Tell us in the comments what you do call it. But you know, frozen juice on a stick. Yeah. And then the orangey red tone up here with the Love This and the heart, but slightly smaller text here and just in a line. So that's obviously called Love This. And then one last pattern paper, one of a kind, which is a cut apart with all different shapes. So we've got a 4x6 landscape, 4x6 portrait. We've got some 3x4 landscapes. We've got 4 tags. We've got some smaller pieces here, a 3x4 portrait sentiment card. And then all of these pieces that you can cut apart to have different sentiments as little text boxes. Great for layering, tucking in here and there. This little motif down here is a sunshine and a flower going for a very happy walk together. Then the B side there is sky blue with that dot texture that runs throughout the collection. And branding strip is navy with the tonal light blue floral on top. Just a simple floral. That's all of the pattern papers. That's 24 double-sided designs, so there are 48 patterns in there. I hope somewhere in the 48 you find something that speaks to you. But then there's one specialty paper, and it's this. It's a vellum with a colorful and gold foiled pattern on top. So this is more cameras. It's more cameras. So slightly different cameras. It's not a clone of the other camera paper. It's, which you can see here, it's reworked to be, you know, they match, but they're not identical. Yeah, very different kind of concept. So here the cameras are all randomly placed rather than in the rainbow. They're bigger. They don't have the speech bubbles, and we add in lots of gold detail. The vellum has that dotty texture, but it's just changed up a little bit to work better on the vellum. But you can see the texture there, and you'll be able to see what you put behind it. Yeah. So you can see, I mean, it doesn't have zero opacity. It does make things like here, if we look at the red, that's a good example. So this is how much it's taking down the red when you put the vellum over the top. Whoa. So that's all the paper. 48 patterns on 24 papers plus one specialty. You ready for embellishments? Let's have a look. Here we go. So we have 2 sets of thickers. and I'm very excited about both of them. So this one is a style that you know I love. I've done this font in lots of different collections way back, including the very first one, and it has remained available in gold. Now, it was originally called Fitzgerald, and the gold version that you can still get is called Fitzgerald. All the other colors just came and went with their collections, but they've continued, American Crafts continued to make the gold throughout. But in this collection, they've been renamed Main Character. It's the same lettering style, don't be fooled. But now in purple glitter, and it's glitter on foam, not chipboard. So there you go. And you've got numbers and punctuation at the back too. But I really love how the purple came out. I had to look at a lot of different glitter samples to try and figure out if there would be a great one, and I love how it came out. Then the other is titles and phrases. It's called My Story. And these are all handwritten or doodled, and they include as many different things as I could fit in the space. So you've got mostly gold glitter. It's all on foam, but you've also got some that are paper on glitter. The cardstock on top, not paper on glitter, cardstock on foam. That's what I meant. And so you've got things in the colors too. And there are pieces that can build together. So we've got celebrate and we've got story, but then there's different words here. So you could do celebrate my story, celebrate our story, celebrate your story. And then you have other little things you could add in. So maybe you don't want celebrate. Maybe you want this is my story. Yeah? We've got there is magic in you right now. Maybe happy and start now. Then here, this all fits together. So you have this speaks to my heart, and then the heart shape fits there. And you've got done is better than perfect in color here, times, fearless, true, stay true to you, lovely. Those are the colorful ones. Oh, and star and today. Then you've got a little bit dramatic, all in individual words there. You've got good that can go with times. You've got a the, so that you can have the good times, or you know, the heart, and then you can add of the matter and letter stickers, whatever you like. You've then got lots of accent pieces. So you have a little scallop border here. You've got the butterfly that shows up in the collection, 2 big ones plus some little ones to coordinate. You've got some fried egg flowers. You've got hearts and stars aplenty, and also dots in the different colors of the collection. So hopefully you'll find that really, really useful for being able to build all sorts of embellishment around your page. That's the thickers. We've got a 6x12 sticker sheet. So it comes like this, but you can unfold it, which actually means it's 12x12 of stickers. Yes, yes, yeah. So we've got lots of little phrases down here. These in a box, these that are cut out so they're not in a box. Yes, you have both kinds of phrases. You've got a border section here with pink, turquoise, gold, and then the ice lollies / popsicles / ice pops / whatever else you want to call them. You've got some florals, some cameras, some birds, some pow type speech bubbles and accents here. You've got other speech bubbles that aren't a pow, but normal speech bubbles. These 2 pieces overlap. So if Sweet Little Dreamer is something that works well for you, you can overlap those 2 pieces and have the little cloud with the dreamer. But if they don't, if that combined text doesn't work for you, you can still have dreamer and you can still have Sweet Little, and you put whatever other words with it that's going to make sense for your story rather than being locked into it already built. Yes. Yeah. So, and lots of gold foil elements on here too. I'm not sure how visible that was when it was flat on the desk. So if I give it a little shine around, you can see that like this is not black. This is gold foil. Cool. A mix of handwriting and typed pieces on here, but quite a lot of handwriting in different ways. There's more stuff to stick. I love a sticker skew. So these are all things that stick to things. We have puffy stickers that are really tiny. The text is very small, but still very clear, which made me really happy. So you have lots of different pieces in here: stars, hearts, rainbows, cameras, text, birds, ice lollies, butterflies, all of the things, clouds, lightning bolts. That's the puffies. These are the layered stickers. So if you like layered look, but you're not very patient to make the layers, or you feel like you don't know where to start, that's okay. Just get these and stick them on. So these are already all stuck together. They also have gold foil in the mix. So for example, the POW behind this O snap is not black. It is gold foil. The lightning bolts are gold foil, the center of the sunshine, and so forth. This text that you might not be able to read there, it says you must have rain to make rainbows. It's separate from this, so you could use them together, but you're not locked into using them together. Yeah, this one says beautiful day, in case that's too small. Enamel shapes. The gold ones are glitter filled, but that's a sealed in product if you've not used glitter enamel dots. There's no loose glitter, nothing that's gonna fall off. You're good. And get both sides. So I know the package is small, but you're getting 2 sheets in there. So it's 106 enamel shapes. Yay. And then this one, which is a mix of embellishments. So if you need confetti pieces, but you don't want to commit to just one pack of enamel dots, you've got this, which gives you a mix. You have wooden buttons with different sentiments in the center, and some glue on or stick on rhinestones in hearts and stars. And then you've got 3 each of enamel dots in different colors from the collection, because I love to have little sets of small, medium, large enamel dots, and I want to have all the options of the colors. So you get all those options here. That one is just single-sided. So there's 47 pieces in that pack, and it's just called mixed embellishments. Then things that don't stick. We've got a stamp set, which is designed to layer up to make you some journaling boxes. And you have an individual journaling line here that you could repeat as many times as you want. You've got 2 different journaling boxes, one with a grid, one with lines, and they each have a gap at the top, and then you have 3 different sentiments that can fit inside. So you can have the story, noted, or today. You've got a butterfly, a camera, and then 2 confetti pieces, one that's 3 stars and one that's a heart with little energy lines at the side. There we go. So that's the stamp set. They're acrylic stamps. And then the die cut pack. This is the ephemera. I'm going to go ahead and open it so we can see all the pieces. So we have all of these, and then we have all of these. So let's go from big to small. So you're getting 51 altogether. So you have some floral pieces that are already cut, so you don't have to detail cut them yourself. You've got joyful. This is all different pieces that you can just tear apart, so you get lots of sentiments, while it only has to take me 1 item in my tally of what I'm allowed. But these florals are the same. So if I gave you 5 individually cut out flowers, then I have to use 5 of that 50 or 51 total. But if I do it like this, it only counts as 1 piece, and you get 5 flowers to go around the page by just doing that little snip in between. You might also experiment with folding them. I'm going to do that too, because I love a folded flower. So you've got kind of the orange and yellow combination here. You've got the fuchsia and yellow here. This frame, the piece inside punches out to give you 2 different little index tabs, and then this becomes a frame. You've got a little green tag with a grid. Being kind is cool. Do what you love, love, love. These tear apart, little tickets in different colors. Fearless, just as a text piece. You've got some big journaling cards. So Rolodex style, library card style, spiral notebook edge. Then we've got a vase with flowers, another floral that would go with that one. Oh, that's my lucky day. I think that's an accident. I don't think you only get 1 of these really, but today I got 2. So that's the flower with the sunshine taking a walk. This again is a piece that is perforated and comes apart. So you have 3 different tags there. This little flower says loves me, loves me, loves me instead of loves me not. They all say loves me. Just staying positive here. Again, same sort of idea as before. These punch out so you get 2 different tabs, and then you have the frame. This one, the frame holds a circular tag instead. And then we have happy story. Then into our smaller ones, we've got a butterfly, big yellow floral, a yellow camera with green details, a rainbow, a pink cloud, different rainbow here, purple, well, pinky purple fuchsia flower, sunshine, text piece that says do your thing, third rainbow, little tag with red detailing and grid center. This says with my whole, and then this comes apart, my whole heart. There you go. So then you have a little extra heart there. A blue butterfly, peach butterfly with hearts, more florals that match up here. This floral on a blue background. This floral matches this one. A star that says all about me, keeping it cool, you make me smile, I am the main character in this story. 4 different little word sentiments there that can be cut apart. Every picture tells a story. A turquoise and green camera, and one more little tag with turquoise edge this time, and the center is grid. So that's the die cut pack, the Ephemera, which just leads us to cards and paper pads. So there's a box card set that gives you 40 cards and envelopes in a little box to keep them all organized. So the different designs, the envelopes are all just plain white. They are like this, so plain. And then here with your gummed adhesive there. Yep, simple. And here are the different card designs. So you've got both sides the same there, and all of these are just blank inside, yeah? So you've got the falling design, could be used whichever way you want. You've got butterflies on pink. And the back side is, well, it doesn't have to be the back. The other side is the purple crosshatch. Peach floral, which is both sides. The ditzy floral with an orange, yellow-orange gingham. Multicolored stripe, both sides. Ice lollies / popsicles, both sides. The prop table, woodcut or lino cut design, both sides. The Mary Bellard style floral there with the grid on the other side. The navy sky with all the stars, that one's both sides. And then you've got the rainbow pattern here with the clouds on the other side. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, what am I counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's right. And you have a total of 40. So you're getting 4 of each of those plus all the envelopes. Yes, that's what I mean. Paper pads. There's 2. There's a 12 by 12 paper pad and a 6 by 8 paper pad, and they both have foil. So they're a little different than the individual papers. The 6 by 8 paper pad has 36 sheets, and that's inches, the 6 by 8. So you've got a wood grain journaling paper that says celebrate in gold foil over the rainbow here. You've got a teeny tiny green grid. That cut apart that we saw before is here, but now we have a 6-inch ruler because we've scaled down and it's blue. These are kind of different colors than the 12 by 12 version, plus they have foil, plus they're shrunk down to be super teeny tiny. So I love that you can have similar embellishments, but in a different scale. So they're gonna work really well together. Stripes, polka dots, that painterly version or pattern, but now with splashes of gold foil across the top. The right on target grid, lavender crosshatch. This star now has gold. It's not showing. How can I make you see where it is? There we go. There's the glowy, shiny little stars. Floral, wood grain stripe, clouds. The navy now has gold in it as well. Plaid, butterflies, pink. This camera appears in a completely different way here because it's over the bold stripes but in gold foil. And great for being able to cut these apart into their individual strips. Yeah, so that you can use it on all sorts of pages. The rainbows, and then we're back and we repeat. And that's everything. So you get 2 of everything in there. So 18 designs, 36 sheets in total. That's 6 by 8. Then 12 by 12 has 48 papers, 12 by 12 inches. And again, they have gold foil. By the way, these are single-sided and they are here as well. I will say I'm really happy with the color, and before we go, I'll show you the color of the individual single sheets versus the color here so that you can see exactly how close they are. I know it has sometimes been an issue that the color is different because they're printed, the paper pads are printed in a different place than the individual sheets, but this time the color in the paper pad is really rich and saturated, and we love that. So we've got this cut apart, but now recolored to be different colors so that you can use it in different ways and with gold foil. The stripes, whoops. Painted circles. Now this plaid has a gold to it that wasn't there before. Pink crosshatch, right on target. The orange and peach. Falling pieces. The purple star is now gold foil stars on a purple background. The dressed up plus signs. Sunflowers. Green. Ledger. Butterflies in this version has gold foil. Purple tonal. Rainbow cameras. Clouds, leaves. The heart pattern on pink is now entirely gold foil and smaller here. Rainbows, the big pow stars. This one has gold foil centers for each of the flowers. 4x4s, and then we start again. Yeah. So 2 of everything there. And that's the 12 by 12 paper pad. So that's all of the products. Now, last thing, you might want ink colors to match. So here they are. And this means I can take down the terribly cringy live where I had everything go wrong. But at the very end, I was able to pull it together and do this. Now that I can show it to you here, I can delete that video. So all of these bar 1 are Distress Oxides. This very first one is not a Distress Oxide. It is a dye ink by Concord and Ninth, and it's called Nectar, and it is the peach that I love. I have wanted a peach that was this peach for so long, and it doesn't exist in an oxide. I blend it up sometimes just my own, and then Concord and Ninth made one, and I love it so much. So, mwah, Concord and Ninth, you're great. So this one is Nectar. All of the rest of these are Distress Oxides by Ranger, and I'll go through the color names, and this is to show you a swatch of it, just straight ink to paper and stamped. This is the camera stamp that's in the collection. So we have Kitsch Flamingo and Picked Raspberry for the 2 different pinks here. Spiced Marmalade is the orange. Wild Honey is a yellow-orange, and Scattered Straw, a lighter yellow. Candied Apple is a warm red. I don't think you'll go astray with Crackling Campfire, though, which is like a true red-orange. It'll work with this, too. Rustic Wilderness is a quite saturated green. Peacock Feathers, which is a bright turquoise. It's a pretty good match for my nail varnish there. Stormy Sky works well with the blues. Now it's not exactly the same blue, but it works really well. Yeah. Chip Sapphire for the navy, and then 2 purples here, Dusty Concord and Villainous Potion, which if you watch lots of my videos, I tend to call it Haunted Mansion Purple, but it's technically called Villainous Potion. So there are the colors. When I bring it up like this, it's not so accurate as it is on the desk with the lighting. So there we go. Those are the colors that match. And one last little shout out. Number 1, a shout out to UK store Hey Little Magpie, because they helped me get all of this product to my desk while I was waiting for it to arrive from the manufacturer. So I very much appreciate Hey Little Magpie, and they're awesome. But also they do these little sheets that you can add to your order. They're a UK online shop. And they print these little sheets with labels and circles and things that are just nice, simple layers that you can add. And they do them for lots of different collections where they just pick out the colors so that you have a little accent set. And they have one for main character energy. You can find it in their shop and add it to your order if you're getting things from them already. It includes a little peach camera. Yay. Okay, so I didn't design this. They just designed it to coordinate, and I appreciate it and will certainly use it. So thank you for that, Hey Little Magpie. Okay, that is everything. That's everything in main character energy, I believe, as far as I know, as long as I have not made a mistake. That's everything. You can find it at 2 different shops in the US. I mean, you can find it at lots of different shops in the US, but you can find affiliate links for 2 shops where they have the whole collection in the description box for the video. So you can find that there. And if you have a local store, please support your local store. Thank you for those of you who request my collections at your local store. And thank you for all those of you who over the years requested another collection from American Crafts. I hadn't designed a collection for them since early 2020, and they came back and said, actually, what about another one? And so we did this, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. So that has been a joy, and I don't think that would have ever happened if lots of you hadn't been like, you know what, I'm running out of Shimelle product and I'd really like some more. So thanks for that, and I hope that you find this collection a joy to work with. I hope that if you're somebody who shares what you make online, that you'll tag me and add the hashtag AC Main Character Energy. AC standing for American Crafts, yeah? And then you can tag me on Instagram. My username is just my name, Shimelle. So you can do @Shimelle, and then I'll be able to see it. And sometimes I will have days where I share lots of different main character energy pages in my stories, and then I'll save them to a little highlight so that there'll be the circle piece on my Instagram profile. So if you've got main character energy and you're not sure what to make with it, you could find more ideas here as I add them on YouTube, or you could jump over to my Instagram and click on that main character energy highlight bubble, and you'll be able to see not just what I've made with it, but what lots of other crafters have made with it too. I think that's everything. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see what you make to show your own main character energy.